Hello and welcome back to the Movie Memo Recaps. Today we are going to recap a 2022 movie titled Lou. Please be advised that there might spoilers ahead. At the start of the film, we meet a tough yet elderly lady navigating her home. She embarks on a digging expedition in her backyard with only her beloved buddy, Jax the dog, for company, uncovering an intriguing box. What follows is a culinary demonstration in which she expertly carves up a large amount of meat for her canine partner. Outside, the weather begins to deteriorate, foreshadowing a storm. The box she recovers from the ground looks to contain old documents and photographs, which she proceeds to burn one by one. Following that, the woman prepares to commit suicide while clutching a suicide note and a gun. A gunshot sounds out, and the scene disappears after a few seconds. The story then jumps ahead a few days to reveal Lou, the woman on a deer shooting trip. Following the hunt, she goes to the bank and asks for all of her money, evoking a noticeable reaction from the cashier, indicating that Lou has amassed a significant quantity. Lou walks away, carrying her cash in a bag. When the sheriff goes inside the car, he discovers a deer. When the sheriff questions Lou, she confidently claims that the deer darted in front of her automobile. Lou then walks away, leaving the sheriff in his wake. V and her mother, Hannah, are Lou's renters. Hannah usually tells V that her father is on a treasure hunt, but the truth is rather different. Lou arrives in her car, as she often does, to collect Hannah's rent. Hannah is directed to deposit the money on her table before tomorrow's dinner. Lou nearly knocks V into the road as she drives away. Chris, Hannah's friend, pays her a visit soon after. It becomes clear from their talk that they are in a romantic relationship. On his way back, Chris notices a man drenched in rain on the side of the road. He gives the stranger a ride, but after a while, the man strikes Chris unexpectedly. The motives for this attack are unknown. Meanwhile, Hannah takes money from her savings to pay the rent in the morning. After that, we witness Lou destroying images and drafting a letter to Hannah. In the letter, she expresses that Hannah now owns the house and that she is free to sell it. There's a month's rent for Jax and some cash for Hannah in the freezer. Despite her trouble expressing it, Lou clearly loves Hannah and V. Perhaps the difficulties of her past have brought her to this point, where she is considering suicide. In a different development, Hannah's house lights suddenly go out. An intruder enters her home from behind as she steps outside to check the fuse. Chris's van is parked outside, and she is perplexed because he left a long time ago. She discovers Chris's lifeless body behind the van after scrutinizing it. The action returns to Lou's home just as she is preparing to commit suicide. Someone also knocks on Lou's door at the same time. Hannah enters her home in terror, attempting to call the sheriff but receiving no response. She expresses her concern that he has returned, kidnapped V, and is bringing her away. Hannah is actually speaking about her husband, Philip. She has been living on a remote island far from the city, but Philip has tracked her down. In addition to this revelation, Hannah shows Lou a photograph of herself and her daughter that has a hidden message. Lou soon realizes this is a coded communication. She then goes outside with Hannah to assist her. Lou opens the hood of Hannah's automobile and discovers a time bomb. She runs Hannah away from the exploding automobile. Lou is preparing to find V after this horrific incident. She tells Hannah that they are 10 miles from the city and must find V on their own. Hannah, on the other hand, informs Lou that Philip is a soldier and an explosive specialist with a recent criminal record. He has been sought by the police. Lou deduces from the marks on the ground that Philip is pulling V in a tram with the intention of reaching a boat before they can rescue her. Lou proposes they wait for the storm to pass before calling the sheriff, but Hannah ignores his advice and continues walking with Lou. Meanwhile, when V awakens, she finds herself in a wooden cage and does not recognize the person in front of her. She is relieved when she discovers it is her father, Philip. Philip tells her that her mother will arrive soon. Lou and Hannah continue their quest when they come across a house occupied by two people. Lou walks away from Hannah and towards the home. She persuades the man outside that her dog has gone missing in the rain and she wants to rest. Let's go inside, and Lou notices that V is missing. Her behavior generates suspicion, and she ends up defending herself by throwing hot soup at one of the individuals. A brief clash occurs, showcasing Lou's remarkable power when she extracts information from one of the men and then kills him. Hannah begins to have doubts about Lou after discovering she is not an ordinary woman. Lou discloses, after several questions, that she served as a CIA field agent for 26 years. Hannah locates a walkie-talkie and activates it, considering alerting the sheriff. Lou, on the other hand, insists on turning it off and carrying it with her, explaining that it's critical to keep it turned off in order to remain inconspicuous. Turning it on could risk their safety as well as her search for answers about her circumstances. Meanwhile, Philip continues to make his way towards the shore. Hannah succumbs to the temptation and turns on the walkie-talkie once more to contact the sheriff. Philip becomes aware of Hannah's presence and rushes towards the sea as a result. Lou deduces from the marks on Hannah's hands that her husband assaulted her, which he did not do before marriage. It wasn't until she married Philip that she discovered the reality of his personality. As they continue on their journey, Hannah spots a girl's tram and realizes it is required because of a broken bridge ahead that Philip is unable to cross. Lou orders Jax to come home before crossing the bridge safely. Hannah chases after Lou, but her damaged hand stymies her progress, causing both of them to fall off the bridge. They miraculously avoid drowning in the river and make it to the shore. They fail to locate V after spotting an ancient, decaying ship. Hannah's anxiety grows, but Lou reassures her that this could be part of Philip's plan. On the ship, they find a photo of V and a teddy bear, as well as a letter. Lou notices smoke billowing from a boat in the distance, and they understand Philip is aware of their presence. Regardless of the danger, Lou tells Hannah to call the sheriff from the mountaintop, and then follows the smoke. She sees V sleeping in a safe place from a distance, but when she approaches closer, Philip holds her at gunpoint. Hannah, on the other hand, receives a signal and proceeds to the sheriff. The link, however, is abruptly severed. Philip and Lou have a previous connection, with Lou revealed to be Philip's mother. Philip despises his mother and kidnapped V to punish her. Lou reveals that Hannah is still unaware of the truth regarding Philip, disclosing that he was kidnapped as a toddler. Lou had been forced to make decisions as a result of her spy work, which prohibited her from searching for her kid. Philip's contempt for her intensified over time. Despite their secret relationship, Lou had tried to shield Hannah and V from her son's fury, fearing he would harm them. She hadn't had the confidence to tell Hannah and V that Philip had always been her son. Philip later injures his mother and leaves with his daughter, V. The sheriff has been informed about Hannah and her kidnapped daughter, but police encourage him to keep away from the issue. The sheriff learns that the CIA is after Lou and that the police are also looking for Philip, a legendary fugitive. In actuality, the CIA wants them both dead. Hannah discovers several images when examining Lou's luggage for medical supplies, which leads her to believe that the notes left by Philip were intended for Lou, not herself. Hannah now suspects Lou's involvement. Hannah wonders about Lou's role in the event for a second. Lou acknowledges she is Philip's mother and explains how she organized Hannah's safety on the island. Hannah's trust in Lou has been restored to some extent. Lou informs her that Philip has taken V to the lighthouse, causing Hannah to go alone. So far, the sheriff has arrived, thanks to Jax's assistance. When he notices Lou is hurt, he asks him to obtain some supplies so he can help her. The sheriff departs to get the goods she requires, while Lou rides her bike to the lighthouse. Hannah notices Philip and V standing on top of the lighthouse and goes up to greet them. Philip initially prevents V from meeting her mother, but Hannah persuades him. Hannah informs her that she will be moving downstairs as part of her relocation. Hannah then confronts Philip with a gun and shoots him carelessly. Philip attacks her, and they fight. Hannah manages to stab him in the hand before fleeing to get V. She discovers that Philip has constructed a remote-controlled explosive for which he still has the remote. Lou, meantime, comes on the scene. Lou begins tinkering with the bomb's wiring after witnessing it. Hannah drives V away down a narrow route, but they both remain in the lighthouse. When Philip notices Lou, he pulls out the bomb remote, but when he clicks the button, the bomb does not detonate. The explosive has already been defused by Lou. Following that, Lou and Hannah are able to escape the lighthouse. Lou realizes the CIA is looking for them when she spots a chopper flying through the skies. Lou activates the bomb with a walkie-talkie after getting some distance from the lighthouse, devastating the entire structure. She does this on purpose to draw the CIA's attention away from Philip. Then she tells Hannah and V to leave and tells Hannah that she has left her a letter at home. Philip arrives later, and Lou attempts to stop him. The mother and her enraged son get into a heated argument. They finally embrace and cry. In the meantime, Lou observes the chopper in the sky and apologizes to Philip. Philip is shot by the man in the chopper, and both of them fall into the water. After considerable searching, the people in the chopper come to the conclusion that they are dead and leave. The action shifts to Lou's home. Because they haven't recovered Lou's body, the CIA has visited Hannah for months. Lou has certain records that could indicate that the CIA was in charge of the country's fate in 1953. Hannah and V can be seen at the end of the film, getting ready to leave Lou's house. Following some CIA investigations and saying their goodbyes to the sheriff, they find themselves aboard a ferry with Jax. Jax's attention is drawn to a figure on the upper deck who is partially hidden. The camera angle shifts to expose a lady's arm, which is adorned with a scar similar to Lou's and wears a copper bracelet. Through binoculars, she views her granddaughter and daughter-in-law, bringing the movie to the end. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.